Once upon a time, in a small village near Ibadan, there lived a little girl named Ada and her mother, Mama Ada. Ada's father has passed away when she was just 3 years old, leaving them with no one else but each other. No brother, no sister, just the two of them like two worn sandals that refused to fall apart. They were very poor. Their house was made of mud with holes in the roof, and when it rained, they placed bowls on the floor to catch the leaks like a game, only no one was laughing. But they had love, and sometimes love is enough to keep breathing. Every morning, Ada woke up before sunrise. She fetched water from the stream with a big yellow container. After that, she would sweep the dusty compound while her mother made pap to sell at the roadside. Sometimes, Ada went to school with an empty stomach. Other days, she doesn't even go at all because her mother could not afford the school fees. Her school uniform was old and torn, faded beyond color. Other children laughed at her and called her ragged, but Ada didn't cry, at least not in their front. She would just smile and say, "One day, I will wear the most beautiful clothes in the world." At home, Mama Ada had an old sewing machine. It was rusty, very slow and loud, but she kept it because it was given to her by her own mother. When Ada was not at school, she would sit beside her mother and watch her sew torn clothes for the villagers. Mama Ada earned very little, but she used it to buy food and books for Ada. One day, after school, Ada picked up some leftover cloth from the ground. She cut it into small pieces and sewed them together with needle and thread. It was a tiny dress for a doll. When Mama Ada saw it, she was surprised. "Ada, who made this dress?" she asked. "I did, Mama," Ada said shyly. Mama Ada hugged her. "You have a gift, my child." From that day, Ada started learning how to sew properly. Mama Ada taught her how to cut, measure, and stitch. Even though they didn't have money, they had something special. They had hope. Years passed, and Ada grew older. She became better at sewing. She would practice late at night with candlelight, even when she was tired. Some neighbors noticed her work and asked her to make dresses for their children. Ada never said no. She would gladly do it as if she was being paid for. Ada never asked for money, but some paid her anyway, maybe out of pity. One day, a woman came from the city of Lagos to visit her aging auntie in the village. Her name was Madam Gloria. She was rich and owned a big fashion shop in Lagos. She stopped by the house and watched as Ada fitted a customer in a neatly stitched blouse under the mango tree. "Who made this dress?" Madam Gloria asked. "I did, ma," Ada said, bowing her head like a humble apprentice showing respect to her master. Madam Gloria looked shocked. "You? How old are you?" 18, ma." Madam Gloria smiled. "You are talented. Would you come to Lagos and work in my shop?" Ada's heart beat fast. She wanted to scream with joy, but she looked at her mother first. "I cannot leave, Mama," she said softly. Madam Gloria nodded. "Then bring her with you. I'll give you both a place to stay." And just like that, Ada and Mama moved to Lagos. The city was strange and noisy, like a Nigerian market. Everyone is talking, but you still can't find what you need. Ada worked hard. She learned fast. She designed clothes and added beads and played with colors. People loved her work. They started asking for Ada's touch on their dresses. Soon, Madam Gloria gave Ada her own small corner in the shop. Then, after a few years, she opened her own shop. She named it Thread of Hope because that was what she and her mother held on to. Business grew, and Ada trained other girls who had no money just like her. She gave them food, shelter, and taught them how to sew. One of them asked, "Why are you helping us?" Ada smiled and said, "Because someone once helped me." Years later, Ada became one of the biggest fashion designers in Nigeria. She flew to Paris and London for fashion shows. Reporters wrote stories about her. She was on TV, but no matter how rich and famous she became, she never forgot her village and her mother. Mama Ada now lived in a big house with tiled floors and with a soft bed. She no longer sold pap on the roadside. She would smile and say, "My daughter is a queen with needle and thread." At a big award night in Lagos, Ada walked the stage in a golden dress made herself. The hall was filled with claps and cheers. She held the microphone and said, "I come from a poor home. I had only my mother, a sewing machine and a dream. But with hard work, kindness and God, dreams do come true." The crowd stood up and clapped. Children watched her on TV and said, "One day, I want to be like Ada." And somewhere in a quiet village, a little girl picked up her mother's old thread and needle and began to sew. Moral of the story: no matter where you come from or how poor you are, with hard work, love, believe in yourself, you can become great. Never give up on your dreams. Like, comment and share if this story touched your heart, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories. Thank you.